Welcome back to my channel at The Movie Optimist, where I try and find the silver linings in even the worst of films. Last night, I finished the final episode of Marvel Zombies on Disney+, and I just want to rip the Band-Aid off here and say this is my favorite thing they've done on Disney+ since WandaVision. Honestly, and I'm not a fan, look, I watched the Spider-Man animated show that was like a loose incarnation of Tom Holland's origin story. I watched the What If shows. I didn't like them very much outside of the first season's episode with Doctor Strange, where we saw him battle himself. I thought that was amazing. And every other episode, I'm just not a fan of the what if scenarios. I don't need to see what a T'Challa being a Star-Lord would look like. I don't care. I like T'Challa as Black Panther. I don't care what he would look like as Star-Lord. So I'm not a fan of those things. I mean, Hawkeye was good, not great. Secret Invasion was terrible. I really enjoyed Miss Marvel, not as much as Marvel Zombies, but I love Kamala Khan in that, and I really wanted to see her in more, and we finally get her again front and center. I did not like the Marvels, which also had her in it, but she was my favorite part about it. But here she has a chance to shine again, and arguably one of my favorite genres of all time, and that's anything involving zombies. And I've seen a lot of people complaining that this isn't based off of the very famous Marvel Zombies comic book run, but I kind of like that they differentiated themselves away from that and did their own thing, and it was like a loose adaptation of the Infinity Saga, where it starts off with Thanos getting the gauntlet, but only as a zombie, and then you see T'Challa heroically destroy him and destroy the Infinity Stones, which creates a rift in the universe where it robs Scarlet Witch of her powers, so she can't save everybody. At least that's what she says, when really she just wants to take over because she's the Queen of the Dead. And look, if you're watching this video, you've already seen it. I don't need to explain the plot. My point is, I thought that they handled the story very well because it felt like it tied loosely into what we've already established in the MCU and just branched off and did their own thing, but it felt familiar, and it had a lot of familiar people. I mean, a lot of people came back and voiced their cartoon counterparts. Florence Pugh was there, Simu Liu was there as Shang-Chi. We didn't get Mahershala Ali to voice Moonblade or whatever you want to call him, but it was his look-alike, and I thought he did excellent. That was my favorite character next to Miss Marvel, who is my favorite character in the show. I thought that he did an excellent job, and it just made me hunger for more of him. I definitely want to see him in live action. A lot of people don't think that it's right anymore because he's in his mid-40s now, close to 50, and sure, he could still play the role now, but what about 10 years from now? Can he still be Blade? And I don't know, but I want to see him as that, and I'd like to think that if Sylvester Stallone could still make action movies in his 80s, Mahershala Ali could still play Blade in his 60s. And yeah, guys, this is the best thing Marvel has done in a long time. The chemistry between all of the characters is remarkable. There's a lot of sacrifices from our heroes that I thought were earned and really enjoyable to watch. I thought the final showdown with Avengers that they established towards the end, battling the undead, was really exciting and something I would love to see in live action. This show showed just how powerful Kamala Khan actually is as Miss Marvel, and also Spider-Man. People forget that Spider-Man at all times is fighting with 1% of his strength, because if he uses his full potential, he could literally punch a hole through somebody. So he has to constantly hold back, and we kind of got to see him let loose here, where not only does he web a giant zombie's fist and make it punch itself repeatedly, but he also webs the heads of 1 million little zombies and rips them off with one pull, and it's so epic. And it's just, I've never thought I'd get to see at least a moving image. I'm sure you can see it in a comic book, but I'm saying whether it be an animated or live action, I never thought I'd get to see Spider-Man battling zombies or Shang-Chi battling zombies, and I got it here. And the story was really well done, and the voice acting was really well done, and the performances were all great, and the motives and the arcs and the sacrifices, everything about it I thought was really excellent. And I so desperately want to see a spin-off live action version of this. Maybe it doesn't have to necessarily be of this animated series, but they need to take this concept and just make an Avengers movie that's just them battling zombies, and I think it would be amazing. Just make it rated R. They've already proved that people will show up to see their rated R projects like in Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's what are you waiting for? Zombies are so popular. They've stood the test of time. I mean, look at Westerns. Westerns were wildly popular back in the day, and then they kind of fizzled out. And even now, comic book movies were the new Westerns, and now they're slowly starting to fizzle out. But you know what hasn't fizzled out? Things with zombies. So get your head out of your ass, Marvel. Make this a live action film. It was one of the most watched things on Disney+. It's wildly successful. We're probably going to get a season 2. I'm going to give this season an 8 out of 10, and the only reason that I'm deducting some points is because there are some characters that we lost, and although I thought we lost them heroically and I understood the sacrifice, I wanted to spend more time with them, and I feel like because of the format of the show, they just kind of had to do that. In the first episode, we lost 2 characters that I really wanted to see more of and stuff like that, and I'm deducting another point because there's a lot of heroes we didn't get to see. I thought that Hawkeye was kind of wasted, and I get why they chose to go go that route with his character because they needed to establish that threat in the first episode. But there's a lot of heroes that I really love that we didn't get to see. And again, I just wish we got to see more of them. I think in a proper movie, you'd start off with all of them still alive, and slowly one by one, they'd be getting picked off until there's a final stand with our last remaining Avengers characters. But that's just my thoughts, guys. What did you think? Did you like this show? Did you watch it? Or did my review make you want to watch it or not? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. And as always, guys, hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you next time.